Yo, what's going on, everybody? So I haven't really been out on trails too much because I moved across the state to a different place. I just kind of needed to get out of where I was at. The whole, I don't know, man, it was just getting too much over there. The cost of living was expensive, the people were kind of rude, and I didn't like the local government a whole lot. So here I am. But this is what I want to talk about. A gentleman contacted me through social media. He's all the way from Romania. His name is Radu Abradan, and if I said that wrong, I hope he doesn't want to not be my friend anymore. But he messaged me and said, hey, I'm curious, I want to get a forester, and I watch your videos to learn about the platform and yada yada. And he wanted to know what kind of transmission he should be looking for if he's going to buy a Subaru Forester. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. A lot of people like myself have always driven manual transmissions. That's just kind of my thing. My daily driver isn't a 5-speed. It's a Legacy that's slammed. It's kind of a, you know, it's kind of a clapper, but whatever, I like it. And that's just what I've always driven. I've always driven 5 speeds or 6 speeds. Anything with a manual gearbox, that's kind of my thing. But here's the deal. When it comes to Subarus, unless you live in Australia or are willing to import one, dual range transmissions are not available for Subarus. And so what does that mean? That means that you're stuck with the gearing that is made for street use. And once you put a larger tire on a Subaru, you are really weighing down the drivetrain because your gearing is just not there. That's one of the most crucial things. The old Suzuki Samurais have these tiny little motors that they have maybe 100 horsepower, but they're geared to literally just crawl up a tree, you know. Same with all the older Toyotas, you know, anything with the 22 RE, like that's not even a very big motor. Like the engine in this thing is bigger than that engine, but you've got a dual range transmission where when you need it, you can shift down and engage your transfer case and drop down into a gear ratio that has more low end torque to turn a bigger tire. Now I've owned both. I don't even know how many lifted Subarus I've owned, but it's maybe 4, something like that. But all of them have been 5 speeds until I got to this one. I decided to get rid of my 5-speed. I literally traded it, I sold it, and then literally the same day started looking for automatics after I went on a trail run with my buddy. He's got a 1st-gen Forester that's lifted on the same size tires as me, and I noticed that he had absolutely no problem slowly crawling up steep inclines, even though he had huge tires and you know, we were out there getting it on these really beat up trails. And I always felt like I had to straight up get a run at anything I wanted to hit. I had to go really fast, because if I didn't, I would stall the car and then I'd be stuck on an incline trying to engage the clutch. And I actually experienced that one time. I was up with my buddy Kyle. You guys have probably seen Kyle.
You just folded him in, that's what I'm talking about.
He's got that lifted 4Runner, which has now been rolled off a cliff, unfortunately. But he's on to bigger and better things. He's cool. All the passengers in the car are good, but that 4Runner is no more. It's in a wrecking yard somewhere now. I was on a trail run with him, and we were on a really, really steep incline. And I had to slow way down to navigate some boulders. And as soon as I slowed down and put the clutch, you know, out, it was over from that point. I couldn't re-engage the clutch. I couldn't take off. I had to restart the car like 10 times just trying to go, and I just managed to just burn that clutch up. And that was a brand new exity clutch that I had installed. I replaced everything relating to the clutch. I new flywheel, or I got the flywheel resurfaced, brand new clutch, got everything replaced, all put together. The shift linkage was all replaced, so it felt fantastic, but still it didn't matter. Even with that brand new clutch, I was just sitting there roasting it, just roasting the crap out of it. And eventually I just had to back up. I had to back down. I couldn't get up there. It was just too steep. I went back after buying this car, the 06, with the automatic transmission, the Subaru 4 EAT, which is a really good auto. I don't remember what year they stopped making it, but if you have a Subaru that's got one, it's a pretty solid transmission. I went back to that same spot and crawled right up that same thing with the automatic transmission. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. So the question is, well, what should you get? Should you get an automatic or should you get a manual? My opinion is, if you live in the United States and you don't have access to an affordable dual range transmission, you should do an automatic. It's way easier to let the torque converter do all the work for you. It's way more efficient at taking off and engaging gently, so you can be rolling at really, really low speeds and safely navigate stuff. You're going to be less likely to blow out tire sidewalls. You're going to be less likely to bang into stuff that you didn't see, because you're not having to just full send it at this stuff that you haven't been able to you know, check out yet. I mean, I always recommend walking the trail before you hit it, but I just feel like I have a lot more fun in this car now with the automatic transmission. Feels way safer. It turns the 29-inch tires that I've got, just seems to rotate the tires way more effectively, and it's just fun. It's way more fun. I can concentrate on safely navigating rather than just balls to the wall, throttle pedal fully down, you know, like I don't have to worry about doing any of that to make it through this stuff. I can just get out here, have fun, and keep up with, you know, Jeeps, 4Runners, real 4x4s, that type of thing, and just have a good time. So I hope that answers some questions. I know it's not a very technical explanation, but that's what I've found, and that's what I recommend. So all said and done, yeah, go with an automatic transmission if you can. And the other thing is, if you're looking at newer Subarus, your only option for an automatic transmission is going to be a CVT, and those are notorious for not handling extra stress very well. So if you have larger tires, more power, or you're really abusing the car, the CVT may not you know, may not hold up to that as well as, you know, other transmissions. But that being said, if you're going to do that, you can do certain things to help offset it, like getting a transmission cooler, like an external cooler. But it's kind of up to you. And, you know, if you're buying a new Subaru, chances are you're probably not out here trying to beat the absolute dog piss out of a $40,000 car. Yeah, check out these views. It's cool. It's my first time out here. The sand is a little sketchy. I don't have a lot of experience driving on sand, but it's kind of fun. By the way, I just got these new Band-Aid stickers, and got myself a little trail damage sticker. If you want one, you can get them on the liftedimports.com website. Just click the shop button. Got them up there.